Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol VEON. We will take a look at the daily time frame. I don't know if I've ever done this analysis before. I think I have, but it's been a long time. But regardless, a pretty rough day. There's really no way to beat around the bush. Gap down, a big volume. But to give some credit where credit's due, yeah, there was the gap down, and this will mean a little bit more to those of you that have traded for a while. But I'm sure some of you have seen stocks that gap down, and then after the gap down, and then, in the coming days and weeks, it just kind of does one of these numbers where it just goes down and down and down. But that wasn't the case here. It's at least going sideways, and it has put in this what we would call a spinning top doji candle. Call it whatever you want, whatever floats your boat. But that's going to be this first sign that not necessarily this is a bottom, but it's not like the price gapped down and then had some sort of massive red candle. It at least showed some indecision that potentially this could be some sort of bottom. And then the other point that makes this interesting, and the chart is going to get hard to read here, but you look back through the history of the chart, and you can see that it is now down around some areas that have held as support, and I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. But right down around here, it is below these areas, but the point is that it's still well within the range. Remember, support resistance areas are not exact specific prices. There is a range element associated with it. So you look at that area acted as support, acted as support, acted as support. And again, yeah, the price is below it, but it's definitely still within the range. So that brings up a very logical question of, is there going to be some sort of stabilization and bounce? Because you look at all the other times the price was down around that area, and there have been some bounces. Don't get me wrong, though, and I wish I could say trading was this easy. Just because it's bounced 3 times before, it's after when it's been down around this 220-ish range, does not mean that for sure it's going to bounce again. Now, like I said, is it logical? Well, of course it's logical because past history has shown us that it has bounced 3 times, but that doesn't mean that it's for sure going to happen again. But it's at least a logical proposal to throw out there, but also illustrates why risk management and risk control is so important. Because in the event it doesn't bounce, then you want to make sure that you don't let your risk and everything spin out of control. So that's always at the forefront of things. Now, in the event this price does start to bounce, so I'm going to adjust this a little down to there, since, like I said, it's within the range of it. But if it does start to bounce, that initial key level of resistance is going to be right up there around $2.35. So keep an eye on that. But really, and I'm not saying that the price even has to go up on Thursday or Friday, but even if the price can start to get some sideways price movement, that would definitely be a step in the right direction to kind of symbolize some potentially stabilization. But interesting chart, given the amount of volume, the type of candle that was formed, and then the location of this candle definitely presents an interesting scenario going forward. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now, and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.